I know that no matter how much they trust in the developing team, they want to see that audit before they put in, 7 figures, 8 figures into a project. And also, some of the marketing firms that we work with, for example, Dex Tools and others, they require an audit in order to get marketing with them. So this is one of the reasons why we pushed the launch date from Thursday to Tuesday, and instead decided to do the pre-sale raise on Thursday. For one, because we didn't want to have to rush the whitelisting process and try to squeeze in the whitelisting and the raise between now and Thursday. We could do it. If we needed to do it, we could do it. But because of the fact that there was also the Paladin that needed an extra couple days to get the audit finished, we figured, let's push it back. This way, we can get the audit out before. That means we can get additional marketing and promotion that requires an audit. We can get that audit report in front of some of the mega whales that need that audit for them to be putting in 7, 8 figures into the project. And also, we don't have to run the whitelisting pre-sale process. And for those who set aside time on Thursday for the launch, it's perfect. And this is why we decided to do the pre-sale raise on Thursday, because now people that set aside time on Thursday, they didn't do it in vain, because now they've set aside time and they have a great opportunity of getting into the pre-sale. So to me, it's a win-win. And when you have these kind of compounding factors where it's just undeniable that, it's going to be, mutually beneficial for all involved, that's when you have to pull the trigger on that decision and make it happen. So, and when I announced it, I noticed that everybody was happy about it and excited about it. So it was the right decision, which we knew. All right, I'm just writing this Twitter post. All right. I just got the tweet out. Please, everybody, go to the Drip Telegram group. Sorry, not Telegram group. Go to the Drip Twitter account and like that tweet. Follow the Twitter account, the Drip Twitter account, Drip _community. If you're not already a follower there, it does us, a great benefit to have the following and people, engaged and liking and supporting these tweets, because it allows others to see it. Now, it's not just others that are, for example, when you retweet something, it's not just your following that sees it, because we use these specific hashtags, such as hashtag crypto Twitter and hashtag PancakeSwap and hashtag, passive income. These hashtags, when people retweet our tweets, it amplifies them. And when people go to these hashtags, such as, crypto Twitter or hashtag passive income or hashtag PancakeSwap, for example, and they see that there's, 300 posts about the same project under this hashtag, it attracts them. So it's not just when you retweet or you like one of our posts, it's not just letting your following know about it. It also massively amplifies the project due to the way that we utilize, hashtags and other markers. So it's extremely important. why we've been able to grow at such a rate, because we do have such an active and engaged community. And I wrote a tweet and a post in the call group thanking everybody who's a member of the community so far, and our admins and our team leaders and YouTubers and everybody involved. This project couldn't be where it is today without the community and without everybody that's pulling their own weight every day. And I notice it, when I get into the group and I see there's people answering questions, I see there's people sharing links, there's people building. It makes me so proud to be a member of this community and someone that is also an active participant in the system. So I want to thank everybody, because truly we couldn't be doing this without you. And you guys are what made Drip and the Animal Farm what it is. So with that, and I got the post out. So let's get this started. The whitelisting form is a form that you will fill out. You'll have to put your Telegram name. You'll have to put what group you're in. For example, if you're in the Animal Farm group, if that's where you see the form, you're gonna put that. If you're in Barnetown, you see the form in there, or Crypto Winter Circle, you see the form in there. That's the group that I'm gonna want you to put in, and this allows us to run some analytical tests after the fact to see what groups we're getting the most engagement in, what groups will be the majority in these raises, and it will help us get a better statistical perspective on how the raise is going to be distributed. Below that, you're going to put how much you're contributing to the raise. You're going to put the address, the BSC, the Binance Smart Chain address that you sent the transaction from. And you're going to put the transaction hash of the transaction of your contribution. So when you send the contribution, you're going to want to go to BSC scan. You're going to want to click the link that represents the transaction hash of the contribution that you made, and you're going to want to post it in there. Now, the Binance Smart Chain address that you submit the capital from and that you put in the form is where your pre-sale tokens are going to go. And the reason for this is because that is the address that will be whitelisted for the raise. So backing up 1 second. The swap to buy the pre-sale token is going to take place on our site. So never mind the transaction hash part. I was thinking of our previous raise when we did the raise for Drip. What you're gonna have to do is put your Telegram name, the group you were in, the amount that you want to contribute in BUSD, and the address that you want to contribute from, not the transaction hash. The reason why you don't have to put the transaction hash is because you're going to be doing the contribution on the website. You're not going to be sending the capital to an address. Then we're going to whitelist that address for that amount of capital. And then on Thursday, we're going to open up the raise. And when we open up, that's going to be your opportunity to send in BUSD. And you're going to get the PL2 token. This stands for Presale Layer 2 token. Now, on next Tuesday, at around noon, we're going to open up the swap, which will allow you to swap your PL2 token for dogs and pigs immediately after we add liquidity. After we allow people to swap their pre-sale token for dog and pig, we're going to open up the pools and the farms for people to deposit their dogs and pigs and non-core tokens into the farms and pools. And a half an hour after these farms and pools open, that's when the emissions will start. That's when the BUSD will start being paid out. Now, for those of you who were in Rev, you know that we put aside a significant amount of capital, right? Millions of dollars. These millions of dollars that were put aside and captured from the Rev launch phase will be used to pay out BUSD rewards in the Pigs governance pool, as well as buying back the dog and pig token after launch. The initial starting capital for the dog and pig tokens is coming from this BUSD raise. So we're going to raise $1.3 million in BUSD. I confirmed it with my partner. That's all it was. 600,000 of this will be paired with dogs. 600,000 of this will be paired with pigs. This is the initial starting liquidity. Now, after that initial liquidity was added, people will then be able to buy the dog and pig tokens directly off the market. This will rapidly appreciate the price of the dog and pig tokens. And then we will start taking the BUSD, which was set aside to buy the dog and pig tokens with billions of dollars, and remove them from circulation. So when we initially launch, don't get hung up on what the starting liquidity is or even what the starting price is. And this is because there are two ways that you can add liquidity to a token on a decentralized exchange. One of them is by taking the initial amount of BUSD in this case, and the amount of tokens that you want to add, at listing, and pairing them together. This sets the price depending on how much BUSD on one side and how much tokens on the other side. If you have one token on one side, one BUSD on the other side, that sets an initial starting price of $1 for the token. We are starting the initial listing price at a rate where there's no arbitrage opportunity for those who get into the pre-sale to dump on the market for a quick pump and dump type return. Now, this value that's added to the dog and pig token, instead of doing it at the initial listing, the other way that you can add liquidity to a token is by buying it directly off the market. And what this is doing is it's taking the dog or pig token and essentially replacing it with BUSD. Now, if that dog or pig token was then going into the wallet of a buyer, you've added liquidity, but you've also taken a token that was not in the circulating supply, it was in the liquidity pool, and now put it into the circulating supply. So you've added liquidity with the expense of adding more tokens into the circulating supply. What we are doing is buying these tokens and sending them to a burn address, removing them from the circulating supply, locking in that capital. So it is truly adding additional capital and more locked liquidity to the dog and pig tokens. And this is a way that you add liquidity while also appreciating the price and decentralizing this liquidity, because it's not going into the hands of the developer or any individual. The token's going to a burn address, which also locks it, because this capital or this liquidity cannot now be removed by sending that token back to the liquidity pool. It's been sent to a burn address, which is forever locking that capital and that liquidity in the liquidity pool. Because of this, and because we have millions of dollars put aside to pay out BUSD rewards to stakers, we have stacked all the incentive for those who are buying at launch and those who are got in at liquidity to buy the token and stake it. Both staking the dogs, either in the single asset pool or pairing it with BUSD or BNB in the farm to earn pig tokens, which represent your share ownership of the platform, or taking their pig tokens and staking them in the pig single asset pool, which is how you lock in your ownership of the platform. All of the BUSD and other non-core tokens, which are added to the farm and to the pools in the form of deposits, have a 4 to 6% deposit fee. This deposit fee is now swapped to BUSD. If it isn't BUSD, if it is BUSD, then it goes directly to the pig staking pool. So if it's not BUSD, it gets swapped for BUSD and sent to the vault, which pays out the pig's governance staking pool. If it is BUSD, then it just gets sent right to that vault. It doesn't need to be swapped for BUSD, obviously. Now, with the dog tokens, there's an associated tax when you transact these dogs. If you're just doing a regular transaction with the dog, a wallet-to-wallet transaction, or a buy, there's a 6% tax. 3% captures the BUSD value and sends it to the pig staking pool. This is another cash flow which goes to paying BUSD to the owners, a BUSD dividend. The other 3% of that 6% tax is paired with BUSD and then gets locked in the liquidity pool. Now, this is a major innovation that we developed for the animal farm as a way to add in locked liquidity without baking sell pressure into the system. If you look at every other protocol that has a tax on a token, which goes adding liquidity to the token, how that happens is a portion of the token is sold on each transaction to create the BUSD or BNB or whatever it's getting paired with, and then it's paired, added to the liquidity pool. This is baked-in sell pressure. Every time someone transacts, it's selling a portion of the transaction, whether they're buying, sending it to a wallet, whatever. I never bake in sell pressure to my protocols. It's a matter of aligning incentives and building in proper logic and game theory, which is allowing for price appreciation. So instead of taking a portion of all the dogs that is transacted and selling it to come up with that BUSD to add liquidity, it's getting that BUSD from a portion of the deposit fees on the platform. When someone deposits into one of the non-core farms or pools, there's a 4 to 6% fee. The way that fee is allocated and distributed is 75% of that fee gets turned into BUSD and goes to the vault that pays out BUSD rewards to the owners of the platform, the pig governance stakers. And the other 25% goes into a vault, which then gets called upon every time someone swaps the dog tokens, and the BUSD in this vault is paired with that 3% of the dog token transaction, added to the liquidity pool, and locked in the liquidity pool. This further decentralizes the liquidity pool, creating a hardened price, allowing for the price to appreciate and the potential price floor to appreciate with every transaction. But more importantly, it's not just potential price floor through the locked liquidity, which is appreciating. It's the value of the token itself, which is appreciating every time as well, because we have baked in buy pressure. Every time someone transacts the dog token, it's pulling BUSD from this vault and pairing it with it, adding BUSD to the liquidity pool every time someone transacts dogs. Now, if someone wants to sell dogs, and this is only on selling, there's a additional 3% tax, which takes those dogs and sends them to a burn address. The same burn address that the dog and pig tokens are going to when they get bought back off the market through the buyback protocol, effectively removing them from circulation forever, restricting the supply, and allowing it to become a true deflationary asset. Now, some people might be thinking, how can you have a farm reward token be a true deflationary asset? And the way we do this is through controlling the emissions of the farm protocol through an algorithm that we developed. And this is another major first mover utility and first mover functionality that we integrated into the system, called the Decentralized Dynamic Supply Control Algorithm. Let me break down what this means. It's decentralized, and this is because it's not the developers who are in the lab or in the background twisting knobs and pushing buttons to determine what the emission rate will be. The emission rate is based on a hard-coded, immutable protocol that is written into this algorithm. Now, it's dynamic, and this is because based on the current demand and the current price of the dog and pig tokens, the emission rate is dynamic and adjusts to allow for price appreciation in any market conditions. And it does this by restricting the supply of the tokens of the underlying assets, the dog and pigs, when there is a wane in demand, because there are two factors that go into price appreciation: supply and demand. And our algorithm has the ability to restrict the supply when there's a wane in demand, to adjust the one side of that price calculation to allow for price appreciation. Now, this is where the supply comes in, right? Dynamic, decentralized supply, control, algorithm. Control, it controls the supply, the emission rate. An algorithm, it's a hard-coded algorithm that is immutable, that without the developers or anybody needing to come in there, is able to adjust the emission rate based on the current demand of the underlying assets. And this is a first mover functionality that was developed specifically for the animal farm. If you look at how every other yield farm out there handles the emission rate, they use a blind and, I would say, dumb protocol, which mints the same exact amount of tokens every block for the life of the project, independent of what the current demand for those tokens are, what the current market conditions are, what the deflation rate may or may not be, like meaning how many tokens are being removed from circulation. No no matter what the current conditions are, they emit the same amount every single block. And when you do this, and you have a weighted demand, you now have an inflation rate which outpaces demand and crashes the price. When this price crashes, it reduces demand for those tokens. It causes a negative feedback loop. And this is the reason why most of these yield farms out there don't last more than a couple weeks. Now, some of them do last. And me and my partners did a case study, or my partner, I should say. I have one major partner, and then I have a team. So I have a partner who's BB, who's extremely technical. He helps me a lot with writing the code and the contracts. And then I have my team. When I say my team, I mean guys like Bartertown, guys like On, guys like Angel, guys like White, guys like all of the people who've been supportive and have played a leadership role in all of our projects and products platforms. So when I did this case study on all of the yield farms out there, and I looked at the ones that have lasted more than a couple months, the one thing that they have in common is that they chose their emission rate properly. They chose an emission rate that was always attractive for people to be in farms and in pools rather than just be a holder. But the emission rate is not so high that the inflation depreciates the value of the underlying assets. So what I did is a long-term case study going over thousands of protocols, looking at what all their emission rates are, their current sustainability, and I chose an emission rate that was determined to be sustainable given the functionality of these other yield farms, which are significantly inferior as far as their technology, as far as their game theory and protocol, and as far as their community and promotional marketing, power or leverage. But even with all of these things that are lacking relative to the animal farm, they're still able to be sustainable. What I did is I took this emission rate and I used it as our peg. Now, when the price and the demand for the dog and pig tokens are at all-time high, we set our emission rate to be 25% over this peg. This ensures that we are sustainable, but also paying out an APY and paying out rewards that are significantly greater than any of the other sustainable protocols in the space. Now, if we were to have a price correction, because no matter how sustainable and how great you build a protocol, if it's traded on an open market, you will have price corrections. So if we have a price correction and a weighted demand greater than 25%, the dynamic supply control algorithm recognizes this and it adjusts the emissions down 25% to this pegged rate that is proven to be sustainable and allow for price appreciation in platforms that are significantly inferior to us. So now we've restricted the supply, allowing for the current demand conditions to allow for price appreciation. Now the price appreciates, and I've said it in the past, there's nothing more bullish, there's nothing better for promotion and marketing and onboarding than all-time highs. People love to buy at all-time highs. That's just a fact. So when we have this price appreciation, the emission rate adjusts goes back to 25% over this peg, becomes even more attractive for those who are holders to get into these farms and pools, and they start, they get out there, they're telling their friends about this amazing project, they're making such high APY off of it, it's at all-time highs, demand continues to build, and we appreciate that much more in demand and price appreciation. Now, if we were to have a demand and price weight correction greater than 50%, the emission rate now drops down to 25% below this peg. And at this point, due to the buyback protocols, which I haven't explained all of the buyback protocols yet, because there's another major aspect to this platform that I haven't gone to yet. But due to these buyback protocols, which are removing tokens from circulation while adding buy pressure and price appreciation, and the tax protocol on the dog token, these now become deflationary assets, meaning the emission rate is emitting tokens at a rate that is less than what the tax protocol and the buyback protocol are removing from circulation. So now they are true deflationary assets that you can earn a high APY off of and a high BUSD dividend off of. This creates both an influx of demand and a restriction of supply, hitting both sides of that supply-demand calculation that determines price and allows for price appreciation. Now, as the price appreciates, the dynamic supply control algorithm recognizes the demand is going up and adjusts its emission rate to go back first to this peg and then 25% over this peg. Now, it was important that the emission rate is always more attractive for people to be in the farms and the pools than just a holder. And it's also important that it never gets high enough that the inflation rate causes price depreciation. So we locked in a range. And this range is at the most, at the highest, 25% over the peg, and at the lowest, 50% below the peg. And this ensures that no matter what, it's always more beneficial to be in the farms and in the pools than just a holder. This locks up tokens, removes token from circulation, and allows for price appreciation in all market conditions. And there are two ways that you could pay out profits in a system. In an ROI APY model or price appreciation. We do both, but we put price appreciation over everything. And this is because you don't get on DexTools trending list based on your APY. You don't get on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap's trending or top movers or top gainers list by APY. You get on there through price appreciation. So we put this first. That way we can take advantage of all the major free promotional opportunities that comes with getting on these trending lists. But, like I said before, keeping this APY and emission rate range locked in. So, although the price is appreciated, it's still more worth it for anybody who's a participant in the platform to be a farmer or in the pools than just a holder trader. Now, I spoke about how there's another cash flow, which is going to buying back the dog and pig tokens and removing them from circulation. And this is our lending protocol. Now, you've probably heard me refer to the animal farm as a yield farm lending protocol. And we are the first development team to produce a product that gives you both exposure to lending and yield farming at the same time. And the reason why this is, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinion that understand these markets, the most powerful innovation and the most powerful opportunity to come to crypto to date is because it allows participants to earn in the system in the same way that the super wealthy and industry leaders earn and maintain their wealth. So you may ask, how do the super wealthy and industry leaders grow and maintain their wealth? And they do it through leverage and dividends. We hit both of those markers. We allow the owners of the protocol and the participants of the protocol to grow their share ownership of the platform through being participants in the network, farming the pig tokens in the core pools, dogs BUSD, dogs BNB, and drip BUSD. That's important. I'll talk about drip when we start to wrap this up. Growing their net worth, because when you look at the super wealthy, you'll notice how I didn't say selling equities or selling assets as one of the markers of how the super wealthy earn their wealth. They're not selling their assets. They're not selling their equities. They're growing their share ownership of these equities and of their assets. And as their underlying capital and underlying net worth in these systems grow, they then leverage it through lending and live off the dividends. The animal farm allows you to grow your share ownership of the platform through being an active participant, and then all of the underlying capital on the platform is rehypothecated, which essentially means collateral that's lent out. It's rehypothecated using a back-end contract to PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap then allows us to earn an additional 30 to 40% APY. This is not the APY that you earn in our farm itself. That is a high yield APY. This is additional yield that's being generated on the back end in PancakeSwap at very low risk, because you look at what is the lowest risk lending protocol on Binance Smart Chain. And this is PancakeSwap. Now, you can look at some centralized lending protocols, but first of all, I would argue those are higher risk because you're dependent on some intern not putting in the wrong number one day and paying out in Bitcoin instead of USD, like what just happened with one of the major centralized lending protocols. And you're dependent that the owners of those protocols have your best interest in mind. With a decentralized lending protocol, the rules of the system are built into this protocol. They are immutable and they are trustless. And on top of this, look at what these centralized lending protocols can pay you. They're paying out, 4%, 6% APY on Bitcoin, maybe 9% APY on stable coins. We're allowing you to earn 30 to 40% APY on the back end while you earn a high APY in the yield farm itself and a high yield BUSD dividend. So this 30 to 40% APY is generated on the back end. goes to three things. It goes to buying back the dog and pig tokens, removing them from circulation, allowing the dog and pig tokens to be deflationary assets and have a consistent multi-million-dollar cash flow of buy pressure, which is constantly and repetitively buying these dog and pig tokens and removing them from circulation, appreciating the net worth and the value of the underlying assets of all the holders and participants in the system. Another portion is used to pay for marketing, so we can have a consistent and high-end marketing budget that allows us to be competitive with some of these centralized lending platforms and high-end exchanges that are paying out low yield, and these exchanges, these leverage exchanges, are wrecking people on a daily basis. That way, we can put the word out there and let people know there's a better option. When the market's going down, you don't need to place, a leveraged stop position on some centralized exchange and get liquidated. You don't need to put your, stablecoin or BTC in a centralized lending protocol and earn 6% APY and hope that the owner doesn't pack up his bags and leave one day, or pack up your bags and leave one day, I should say, or some intern makes some stupid mistake. You can earn a low-risk, high-yield from lending your underlying assets, which are staked on the platform, generating yield for you while allowing you to earn a BUSD dividend. And this marketing budget allows us to get the word out there and let people know that we are the new movers in the space, providing a product that no one has provided to date, and the most powerful financial opportunity that has been presented to the DeFi space, and I would say even to traditional markets, because there's nothing in traditional markets that lets you earn like a super wealthy industry leader, period. And there's nothing in DeFi that allows you to do it until now. And having a consistent marketing budget allows people to be made aware of this, because you can present the greatest technology in the world, but if no one hears about it, it's not going to go anywhere. The last portion goes with keeping the gas down and paying for future development. Now, when I say keeping the gas down, this is another major innovation that we've brought into the space that allows for very low gas fees for all participants. And this is important because there's a lot going on in these transactions. There's the tax protocols, there's the rehypothecation, there's once that capital has been rehypothecated, that yield that's being earned in the back end needs to be turned into cake and claim. That cake needs to be used to buy the dog and pig tokens. There's the BUSD that's being distributed to the pig pool. There's the BUSD that's being paired with the dog token. All of this takes gas. And if we didn't innovate a way to offset some of this gas cost on participants, it would be relatively expensive. When I say relative, compared to other chains, it would be very cheap, right? Like less than $1. But for Binance Smart Chain, it would be relatively expensive. And we're able to keep that cost down by funding most of these transactions with a portion of the BUSD that we're generating on the back end through lending. So a portion of this yield that's generated through the collateral rehypothecation goes into a contract, gets swapped for BNB. This way it can be used to pay gas. And then whenever anybody does any kind of deposit or withdrawal or anything on the platform, a portion of the gas that they would otherwise have to pay is subsidized by this BNB pool, keeping the gas cost down for everybody. So we've looked at all the potential pressure points that would maybe prevent somebody from utilizing our platform, and we've addressed them in an innovative way that we know works, that we know is properly incentivized, and has been tested to a great deal in the past as far as the base functionality. We know deflation works. We know controlling emission rate to restrict supply works. We know that keeping gas low is attractive for new investors and participants. So even though we are innovators and these are all first mover utility and functionality, they're based in logic and game theory that we know works and that has been thoroughly tested in the marketplace. So when the animal farm goes live, you're going to see hundreds of millions of dollars of TVL entering the system in that huge initial wave. The people who are going to benefit most from this initial wave are those that are in the dog and pig staking protocols from the start, from before those emissions go live. And the only way you can do this is by being a pre-seller or buying at launch. Now, the pre-sale opportunity is extremely limited. Like I was saying, when you look at the amount of participants in the MANOR farm, which was our launch phase, and you look at how much capital went into those protocols, it will give you the perspective to understand just how few people will actually be able to get into this BUSD ranks, and it's less than 1%. But as you can see here, we have over 1,000 people in this AMA. We have many thousands of people that will be attempting to get whitelisted. 1% of thousands is still a significant amount of people. So it is absolutely worth the effort to try to get in. Now, those who don't get in, understand that we are listing at a low rate, right? Because we're listing, well, first of all, we're listing at a low market cap. And this is because we're not adding all of those millions of dollars that were migrated from Rev at listing. If we added all of that capital at listing, it would start with a high market cap, and this would inhibit the ability to appreciate the price. So what we're doing is we're starting off low market cap. We're adding the 600,000 BUSD, both sides of the pool, and we're listing at a relatively low price as well. But this price will be appreciated immediately after launch, both through organic buying and through us using the BUSD, which was put on the sideline, to buy the dog and pig tokens. So the benefit to getting into the pre-sale is knowing that you'll be in the dog and pig tokens and in those staking protocols from launch. And when that huge, $100 million, hundreds of millions of dollars of TVL come in, you're going to get your 4 to 6% share of that in the form of BUSD. When people trade those dog tokens immediately at launch, we know when a token first launches, there's a crazy spike in trading volume. All of that trading volume is removing dogs from circulation, which is helping to appreciate the price, and is BUSD rewards to those who are in the PIGS governance protocol. So that you want to be in there before the emissions go live, so you get your share of all that swapping volume that takes place immediately at launch, that huge volume spike. Now we're going to I don't want to talk too much about how we're going to control anti-botting and stuff like this, because you talk about it, you're just giving information to those who would like to bot it. But we're going to prevent this kind of manipulation at launch, both by starting with a significant amount of liquidity, right? Not high liquidity, because we want to allow for that price appreciation, but a significant amount. That way, it takes a ton of money to manipulate the price. And then there are other factors that we have implemented that if someone does try to get in there with a bot, they're going to get wrecked. Right? So not only are they going to get blocked, they're also going to get wrecked. So understand that, right? So don't try to snipe the listing with crazy capital and expect that you won't in return get wrecked, right? We're doing a fair launch for participants that want to get in and want to be active participants in the platform, not people that want to do a massive pump and dump seconds after launch. And when you look at all of our launches, you look at Trip, you look at BREAP, you look at REAP, you look at all of our launches, there isn't this significant arbitrage that happens at listing.
A phone going dead.
We handle the pre-sales appropriately, and we handle listing prices appropriately. So those who get into pre-sale seconds after launch are significantly in profit from their pre-sale rate, but there isn't that opportunity for an immediately arbitrage opportunity, dumping their pre-sale tokens at listing. People might think, well, if there was millions of dollars in dog and pig tokens, which are going to be distributed to rev holders, didn't that eat up some of the demand, which would otherwise buy a listing? And the answer to this is no. The reason why that doesn't eat up demand, but we limited the BUSD raise to ensure that we didn't eat up demand, is because all of that capital, all of that BUSD which went to buying the dog and pig tokens was captured. We have that. So all of that built up demand that built up over 2 weeks, it resulted in millions of dollars worth of BUSD in buy pressure. We've captured all of that buy pressure, and it's not going into the price, and it's not going into the liquidity pool of the dog and pig tokens at launch. So we start off with a small liquidity pool, and then all of that built up demand, which is built up over the 2 weeks of the Rev launch, now goes to appreciating the price of the dog and pig tokens through adding liquidity in the form of buybacks, buying the dog and pig tokens from market and removing them from circulation, and incentivizes those that get in at launch to be an active long-term participant in the platform, because that capital is then paid out in the form of BUSD rewards to the owners of the platform, and those are the pig governance token stakers. And then for those people who are saying, well, if most of the benefit is going to the pig governance stakers, should I sell my dog tokens and either just sell them to cash in or sell them to buy more pigs? And the answer to this is no. Because those who properly use their dog tokens to generate more pigs by farming them with dog BUSD, dog BNB, or the dog single asset pool, will be growing their share ownership of the platform and outpacing those who just buy pigs at launch and stake their pigs and are not appreciating their share ownership and appreciating their supply of the pig tokens through farming them with the core pools and farms. Dog BNB, Dog BUSD, Drip BUSD, and Dogs. Now, the Dogs pool, the Dog single asset pool pays out significantly less BUSD than significantly less pigs than the Dog BUSD, Dog BNB, and Drip BUSD does. The reason for this is because you're providing significantly more value to the system, the platform, through pairing Dog BNB and Dog BUSD than you are just staking dogs as a single asset. But to properly align incentives and reward people for removing dogs from circulation, we are offering this single asset staking pool for dogs. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You only get so many opportunities in life to be the owners of a disruptive technology that is going to revolutionize the market that it's in, let alone revolutionizing the fastest growing market globally, which is crypto, specifically DeFi. This is akin to the owners of SushiSwap, the owners of PancakeSwap, the owners of these major groundbreaking protocols. When you look at their launch and how they made their capital, these are people that made hundreds of billions of dollars. And you can even look at traditional markets and traditional disruptive technology, say FTX exchange, for example. The owners of FTX. These people made billions of dollars, right? Hundreds of billions and billions of dollars. They didn't make it through selling ownership or selling their underlying assets. They made it by growing their share ownership of the platform, growing their net worth, living off the dividends provided to them through taxes and fees associated with their platform, and through lending. And if you want to look at FTX, for example, their lending is in the form of lending leverage to their users and charging for this and charging, deposit withdrawal fees. If you look at PancakeSwap, they're taking a fee off every exchange. If you look at SushiSwap, right, they're taking a fee off of their farm yield protocol. The owners of these protocols made hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. For the first time, this same financial opportunity, which is only available to industry leaders that produce first-moving disruptive products, is being put in the hands of the participants of the network themselves, allowing you to grow your share ownership of the network through being active and farming your governance token to stake them. It allows you to leverage this capital that you are appreciating and growing through lending. And it allows you to earn a BUSD dividend, which you can then compound back into the system to grow your earning and live off of without needing to sell your underlying assets, without needing to give up your share ownership of the protocol, of the platform, or selling out your I don't want to say equity because it's truly not an equity, but if we were talking from a traditional market perspective, it would be selling your underlying equity to earn a yield, right? Because this is not how the super wealthy earn their yield. They earn their yield through leverage and dividends. And this is the exact model that we've provided for the participants of our platform, removing all incentive to sell the underlying dog and pig tokens, creating as many cash flows as possible to buy them from the market, both reducing their supply and appreciating their price through consistent cash flows of buy pressure, controlling the supply side, creating demand through being a first mover, product that is not available in the space at all, keeping that first mover status through the ability to evolve through our governance protocol and our layering system, and then allowing you to earn off the dividends and live and compound your ownership of the platform through the BUSD dividends. It's extremely, extremely powerful. And this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's literally the first time this opportunity has ever been presented to the participants of a platform instead of only the owners of those platforms. Selling your dog and pig tokens are equivalent to the owners of FTX selling their share ownership of FTX instead of sitting back and collecting billions of dollars while growing their ownership and growing their net worth and growing their equities. This is your opportunity to do that. And we've done it in a way that is going to create and is designed to create the greatest price appreciation of any asset in DeFi to date. And the most beautiful part about it is we're doing it in a way that is completely different from drip. This means it's a perfect opportunity for participants to diversify across two major disruptive technologies that are changing the space for the better and allowing for unseen profits like DeFi has never provided before. And this is an amazing opportunity that I'm so proud to present everybody here. So I want to take some questions. I have an interview in 10 minutes, right? So what we're going to do, right, is I'm going to do this interview and we'll allow for the questions to be asked as part of the interview through the... Actually, you know what? What's even better? I was going to say we'll allow you to ask the questions through YouTube. What we'll do, we're going to keep this Telegram live. We're going to keep this going. I'm going to take a 10-minute break. I'm going to talk to the YouTuber OXARJ, and we're just gonna roll right into the interview. Keep everybody here, and we'll do the interview right in this Telegram group, and that way you guys can ask questions during the live interview. So the interview is going to be primarily about drip, I believe, but of course we're going to talk about the animal farm as well. So give me 5 minutes to prepare for the interview, to let people know that the interview is about to start, and I will be right back. So Bartertown or Stonecutter, or if any of you guys wanna keep it rolling, and because I know you guys have your own perspective, which is just as important and just as bullish. So why don't you guys jump in, or Angel or any of you guys, and I'm going to make some posts on social media to let people know this interview is about to start. I'm going to mute myself, that way I can make the post and not be distracted. But thank you to everybody that's here. I would say that if you're interested in getting into this and you don't get into the BUSD raise, buy drip. Pair your drip using the drip liberation contract, because drip is a core pool on the animal farm that will allow you to earn BUSD. And I'm going to get into the significance of drip in the system, as well as these major partnerships and development opportunities that we have coming in drip during this interview that's about to come up. So anybody that I just named that wants to stand up, Daily Guru, I don't know if you're in here right now. I don't see you, but feel free. Any of you guys that want to step up now, I'm going to hop off just so I can make a couple social media posts. I'll be right back in the next 5 minutes. All right, cool. So shout out to the Animal Farm chat. I'm going to show you guys something real quick. Check this out. Fun facts. So this is Drip 5 app made by our wonderful brother out there, Baby Grinch. So check this out. When you look at the network totals of the Drip, right? Our network total is now beginning to approach 1 billion. So we aren't just a fly-by-night. We aren't just a community that, has a little buzz on the corner and may fly away. You know what I mean? Like some other protocols and different platforms that has launched and had bugs and they fell out the game and all of that. This is legit, guys. Where we'll be able to have mass liquidity going through Drip, and this just shows you our network power, the amount of money that the community has. You know what I'm saying? So imagine a scenario with an animal farm that's fully active, that's ready to go. Everybody's situated within the animal farm. As we're expanding this community, it's not far-fetched to see that, we have what it takes to put billions of dollars in a platform. The numbers are right here. So imagine if a scenario comes where the animal farm has billions of dollars of TVL. That means billions of dollars of funds that's being, utilized on the back end with collateral rehypothecation to be able to buy back the token. That means bullish price action. That means, we're in the beginning of an incredible opportunity. And, every element of the ecosystem benefits from it. Drip is benefiting from Animal Farm right now. Of course, it's also, growing on its own merit because of how incredible Drip is. But we got to introduce this whole new user base to Drip via the Animal Farm. And everybody who joined MANOR Farm and got into Drip at that time, they're like, oh man, we made it, right? Because they got in at a certain time and they were able to be profitable now. So this is an excellent opportunity for us, guys, to be able to expand our community. Our network total of users, I think this is, 46,000 users is still an incredible feat, right? And I think total drippers is over 50,000 drippers. So, we're growing at such an exponential rate that our growth metrics in 2022, I don't know, I think we've surpassed our growth. I'm not even sure, we got to look at the numbers, but I think we have more growth this month than we did in all of 2021. This is like an incredible ride that we're on, and we're introducing plenty of people to the community. And now Forex is going to be conducting AMAs with different community members that's joining us. That's going to be part of the squad. So we got something very unique here in the Drip community and the Animal Farm community. And this is the beginning steps of this massive ecosystem that's being built out. And there's going to be so many different layers and other opportunities for all of us to get locked into. Massive gains. So, congratulations to everybody that's in the chat, experiencing this with, us together, experiencing this, being able to take care of our families with the profits that we've made, and being able to, take advantage of the opportunity, right? In the middle of smacked market, right? Shout out to the squad.
Yo, Guru, you could speak, bro. I think you could unmute yourself.
Oh, great. What's going on, everybody?
Bro.
It's the same. Yeah, we've been here early for a long time, trying to get to this point, and even at this point, we're still very early. Everyone still has a tremendous change. It's changed the whole life, man. There's no other project like this.
So, and yeah, for those of you who are new, you're looking at things for the first time. You have to understand that, with drip, getting in at any time is ideal, right? And being able to dollar cost average your position. And what makes it ideal at any time to get in is because the high yield, being able to earn, imagine this, we were talking about this in the chat. I kicked somebody out of my chat not that long ago, right? Because these guys, I don't know what they think. But whenever you can earn 1% a day on an asset that outperforms Bitcoin, right? When you look at the charts, you see drip price, you see Bitcoin. When you see an asset outperforming Bitcoin and being able to have this incredible user growth, when we're on the top of all the analytical sites and users and growth, you gotta pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that this is like nothing you've ever seen before. When you go to that radar, what do you see? Binance Smart Chain number 2 behind Pancake Swap, and an all DeFi number 5. So we got something special here. You know what I'm saying? Being able to get into drip, get into the MANOR farm, use the MANOR farm. There's going to be a million different strategies, of course. I'll have a video. Guru will have a video. Everybody's going to have a strategy video. There's going to be plenty of them over the weekend. But you can utilize animal farms to increase the drip position, etc. There's a lot of different ways to play it. But get involved within the ecosystem. Get involved with the community, and that's going to put yourself in the best position to be, making massive gains and taking advantage of the opportunities.
It's just that. It's so crazy that I have someone that I ain't told about drip in the early days. Like this guy, he's a network marketer. This is what I say this. So this is someone from the network marketing that can bring in massive amounts of people. And yet seeing the price go, I think this guy got in to drip when it was, I think I told him maybe around $30. So he got in the very, very early days. And he doesn't even know how to withdraw his money. Like, this is blowing my mind. It's blowing my fucking mind. I'm like, I put you into something that Bitcoin's back down in the 30s. Ethereum's down to $2,400 right now. But this is absolutely skyrocketed to $150. You've been in for 5-6 months. You don't know how to withdraw? I'm like, no, I'm not wasting my time. You better go watch some content on YouTube. I'm not wasting my time.
It's important, guys. We gotta. You guys coming into this animal farm, do the homework, get involved. Check out the content creators' videos, so that way you can know more about the ecosystem, right? Because Forex didn't just fly by night. He's been around, right? I've been covering his project since 2020. Made gains on all of them, right? So you definitely want to do your diligence and seeing the track record, seeing everything that's in the ecosystem, because everything is gonna spin back around, right? Animal farmers out, that spins back around to drip, be reap, etc. So you want to make sure that you know everything that's going on, so you can put yourself in the best positions. Oh, we got people here racing. Oh, we got Brandon, drip guy. Let me get him. This thing goes fast. Shout out to Drip Guy. What's up, bro?
Hey, Ray. What's going on?
What's up, brother?
You know, you were talking about that little graphic I put together. I need to update that thing. The side-by-side charts with Bitcoin getting wrecked and drip skyrocketing. You look at that price. I mean, I think it's doubled since then.
Right.
What was it?
Updated.
It was 84. It was 84. Now it's what? 140, 150?
Yep.
It's crazy. It's, you know, the faucet contract is working. I mean, we knew this would happen. We believed this would happen, but now that it's actually happening, it's just blowing my mind.
Yeah,
those results are coming in exponentially, like you said.
Mm-hmm. And what's crazy too that I'm noticing is that even if, like, you know, you got some guys that have big accounts, but those big accounts, they're not affecting anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like this thing is just it's eating through the big accounts or whatever they got going on. And then that a lot of guys are gonna reach max in like another month. So that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and there are people with, like you said, with big accounts, and the market just eats up those cells. And I mean, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is right there on the chart. This thing's going up and to the right. So all those people that were concerned about, well, what about when everybody reaches max scale? You said you kicked out a guy out of your chat just recently, and I did the same thing. This guy was saying, well, what happens when all the whales claim and sell and the price goes to zero? And I'm like, dude, have you looked at this chart? Have you looked at the chart? Obviously, it's freaking clear as day. The demand for this token is far outpacing the supply. You know?
And they always
even
come
if the
around.
whales start claiming it.
These guys always want to come around when we're at all-time high, too. They never come around any other time. They only, when it's all-time high, that's when they start popping their head out.
It's crazy. And that's the stupidest time to do that, because, like I said, the price is your proof. Oh, no, there's going to be these whales, and they're going to sell all their drip. Well, first of all, they can't sell all their drip. They can only sell their 1%. But, you know, what's happening? What's the price showing you right now? Just freaking look at the chart. It tells you everything you need to know. It's crazy how these people think.
Well, I missed most of that because I was busy posting, but there's no need to focus on what people that haven't taken the time to learn the system think, right? Because it's pretty irrelevant to those who have taken the time to understand it. And there's a reason why, like you said, the price is performing the way it is, and that's because, for one, the logic and the game theory is that strong, and also because people do realize that the value is strong there, the game theory works, and that there are these mechanics in there that prevent any one individual from gaining an unsustainable share of the supply of drip, both through the whale tax protocol, through the the traditional taxes, through the max payout, through the fact that you don't get multiple bonuses every time someone does a deposit, right? The bonuses are distributed fairly among the leaders. The fact that every 15 levels, the there's a tax on selling, and when all of it adds up, it prevents any one individual from being able to sell more than about 3% of the supply, which is, massive. There's no other protocol like that. And of course, those who make it to that point understand why these protocols were put in place and have made millions of dollars in the system. So they're not complaining about being limited in this way either. And of course, you can always start a new account on the system, and everybody who has hit max total supply, which there's not many, but there's a couple of them, have immediately started a new account, a new wallet. What it does prevent is for people that have gone to this max payout through having a very large team, because that's realistically the only way that basically anybody in the system is going to hit max payout is through having a very large team under them paying them out a ton of bonuses. When they migrate to a new wallet because they've hit max payout, they're not taking their team with them. So the payout that Drip is able to pay out is sustainable because it's based on how much capital and how much value you've brought into the system, and it pays out an amount that is sustainable based on what you've added to the system. Now, what would be unsustainable is the ability to indefinitely compound bonuses that you get from your team, and this is what we've prevented through the max payout. So the whale tax prevents any one individual from gaining too large control of the supply and dumping all of that at once. And the max payout is what prevents people who have gotten to that max payout from compounding their team earnings and their team bonuses indefinitely, which would be unsustainable. So there are multiple levers at play that ensure that we can maintain price performance while continuing to grow the network. And Drip, probably its most powerful tool when it comes to building the network is this underlying team builder system. So that is the strongest mechanism in DeFi and probably in markets period for onboarding. And we see that it's snowballing right now. We've had
That's
yesterday we had 18,000 new users, right? And that's a record. And every month we break the new record for new users by double or triple what the previous month is. And we make up such a small percentage of the crypto market. Crypto makes up such a small percentage of global markets, and all markets, generally are growing at a rapid rate. So there's no ceiling there to how much we can grow. And I don't want to keep going on this because I need to unmute the YouTuber who we're about to have this interview with. I gotta find him first.
He said he DM'd you, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I was just saying that the design of Faucet is obviously working incredibly well because the demand for the token is far outpacing the supply. No matter how many people are claiming and selling, it just keeps getting run over by all the demand for the token. The price is the proof of that. It just keeps going up and to the right. It's a very beautiful thing. So congratulations on the design. I mean, you designed it right. It's working incredibly well. I'm astonished every day. I see the price going up. It's crazy.
You know what I'm gonna do? Since I can't find him because there's thousands of people in here, I'm going to make him make him an admin. So wait a minute. Let me just DM. Jay, I've made you an admin, so you should be able to unmute yourself. You might need to leave and come back and then unmute yourself, but you should be able to do that.
Oh, we about to. We about to end the live, y'all. I got to go out and get me some sunlight. I like to go outside and meditate.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Warren? Thanks, man. All right, cool. It looks like I'm up here. Let me start my my OBS here, and I'll be right back.
Awesome. Yeah. We'll be waiting. While I'm waiting, I'm going to forward my post that I made in the call channel that is starting around the Swiss groups.
Sounds good, man. Give me about 1 or 2 minutes.
All right. I've made a tweet as well, so if you go to the Drip community Twitter, you'll see that I made a tweet. I tagged you in it, so if you want to retweet that.
Yep, just retweet that.
I can't see nobody but YouTube comments. I can't see nobody else comment because I don't know how to work everything yet. I don't know how to work everything yet, so all I can see is YouTube people. I can't see Facebook or nothing. I need my other monitor.
I'm really happy we're able to do this today.
I need my other 2 monitors up here.
Yeah, man, this is super exciting. Like I said, I just released that video like last Thursday, and the team is just so engaging. So they're really excited to be here.
Awesome.
Oh Lord, I asked to speak. I didn't want to speak. Y'all, we're gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna go outside. I like to spend a lot of time outside. I don't try to be in the house too much. I like to go outside and let the sun hit me. I like to go out there and talk to Ra. But look at here, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here, man. We got the giveaway tomorrow. And we just stacking up some drip profits. We just stacking it up. We got so far we got $12,255 in there today. And we making almost $4,000 a day on this account right here. So we making almost $4,000 a day. We're gonna do a big giveaway tomorrow to my drip team. And we're gonna also give a few people in the Facebook group something. They've been doing real good with their participation. It's a learning curve to a lot of this crypto stuff, but you got new people, at least they trying to try, they trying to do something. So we're going to give away to the new people, and we're going to give away something definitely to the drip team. We doing round robin style on my drip team. We go basically from top to the bottom. I got a few whales under me who don't want to get paid anything, because they already making over $1,000 a day. We got somebody making 11. We got somebody making way more than me. We got a guy making about $12,000 a day under me. We got a guy making $2,000 a day. And we got a bunch of people making $200 a day. That's good money. But my whales told me just skip over them. So what I do, that's why I went up to 3. So we do 3. All that at one time was diluting the money for people. So that's why we went down, to 3. I think last week we gave away $2,500. Last week I gave away $2,500 to 3 people. So that was over $800 and something a piece. And we're going to do it big every week. We doing it big, baby. I don't work, so I'm sitting here at the house all day getting fat. So we don't have nothing to do but come up with creative ways to help the team out. So that's what we're going to do. If you're struggling, watch the videos, watch the tutorials. Get your head bust in. Everybody get their head bust in. You got to get your head bust in. Crypto ain't the easiest thing to learn, but you know, as soon as you learn, the more money you can make, baby. My whole team doing good. My whole team doing good. Everybody in Drip doing good. Everybody in the MANOR Farm. We probably the only crypto clique. Everybody doing good. You ain't gonna find nobody complaining about Drip Network. You ain't gonna find nobody complaining about the MANOR Farm. You ain't gonna find nobody. You got cats down on every single crypto they in. Every single crypto down. I don't even check my other cryptos. This is what I make just off of Drip. I don't even check my other stuff. This where the fun at right here. Great community, great Telegram. Get in the Telegrams. Go follow the people, man. Drip community, real good community in Telegram. Go follow the MANOR Farm Telegram. Go follow Drip community. Ask some questions. If you watch my video or watch somebody else's tutorial and you still getting your head bust in, go into Telegram. Ask some questions. Everybody in there happy. Everybody making money. Ain't nobody gonna be mean to you. And if they be mean to you, let your boy know. I get on them for you. If they mean to me, let me know. Say, Stank, I asked a question and he was rude to me. But yeah, man, hey, look here, man. Life is good, man. When you know how to play the game. All right. Get out here and get your head bust in. Stop making excuses why you can't do this. I be on the phone with y'all. I had to cook and I had to put the baby to sleep and I had to do this. I had to do this. Look here, man, them excuses. You got to find a way, man. You got to find a way. Life ain't nothing but a game. He who knows how to play the game wins. That's simple. You got to know how to play the game. And part of the game is getting your head busted in to research the stuff that you really want to do. If you really want financial freedom, everybody show you the money. Everybody show you the good stuff. I show you the money. I show you the good stuff, but I don't show you the countless nights I was up 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning researching. Countless nights where I had to be to work 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm still researching at 6. See, don't nobody show you that. Don't nobody show you how many notebooks I had, writing down stuff, buying notebooks from Dollar General, taking notes. Every person I listen to, taking notes. Don't nobody show you that. First thing I'm going to ask anybody who reach out to me for help, I'm going to ask you how much research you done did. Who videos you watch. All I watched was a couple of your videos. A couple ain't going to work. You don't want it bad enough. I really don't feel sorry for people who struggling and you ain't putting in the work, because that do a disservice to people like me who bust they behind getting this research in. You don't deserve financial freedom. You don't deserve to be able to think of anything and can be able to buy it. You don't deserve that. Everybody don't deserve that. If you putting in a little ass research, you don't deserve it. Everybody can't be wealthy. Everybody can't be rich. Everybody can't be financially independent. Hell, if everybody was financially free and independent, hell, who gonna work, do the regular stuff? When you see them folks riding around them nice houses, nice cars, they put work into that. Ain't nothing free out here in life. Crypto is great. It's a great opportunity to free yourself and your family, but it's work over here if you want it. A lot of y'all don't want it. Y'all think y'all want it. Y'all comfortable. Like I said, a lot of y'all comfortable with your job. You go to job every day, you comfortable. And that's cool if you comfortable. If you cool with your life, that's fine. I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't going to work every day depending on somebody else. That man can fire you anytime you want. That man can give your job away to anybody you want. That wasn't comfortable to me. I don't care how many degrees you got. You always replaceable. If you walk around at your job with your nose up in the air, you high and mighty, you got all these degrees, all this education, you a fool. You can be replaced at any time. And sometimes I've worked in a corporation where people was about to retire and get their pension. They would fire you right before that happened. Some of y'all don't want it bad enough. I'm the type of person, all I got to do is hear you talk, and I'm taking notes while you talk. Everything you mention, and I'm writing down, taking notes. And when I get off the phone with you, I go watch 20 to 30 videos on that one subject. That's how I did. Every crypto I ever got in was successful. I was talking about ADA years ago before anybody. I was talking about XRP years ago before anybody. I was one of the first ones to talk about Hex, and we was one of the first to get in the drip. It's all because of research. It ain't nothing. It ain't, and you can't be a hater. You can't be a hater. You can't be talking trash about somebody's project and you sticking them. Man, I ain't loyal. Just like Stunner say, we ain't loyal to nobody, man. Anybody showing good potential and good results, I'm on your team. We on Hex team. We on ADA team. Now, some doing better than others, but I'm on everybody's team, man. I don't, man, look, we don't be clicked up. Look at all them Gandhiji boys back in the day. All them Gandhiji boys, when I was over there making 50 cents a month, 50 cents a month, they wouldn't talk about nobody else's program. You know why? Because they was clicked up. And look, the sad thing about it, all of them in drip. Every hater is in drip. Trayvon might not make no videos about it. Trayvon in drip. Slow might not make no videos about it. Slow in drip. Bank teller in drip. Every hater is in drip. They just can't make no videos about it because they clicked up. And why you want to be clicked up? Everybody in drip. Boy, don't let nobody fool you. Don't let nobody fool you. Drip is the hottest thing going right now. You ain't got nobody, ain't nobody touching drip right now. Nobody. You got to do your research, man. Get on somebody's team. Stop looking for a handout. Stop looking for giveaways. I put 5 G's of my own money in. And look what I got now. Almost 400 grand. I ain't put no 400 grand in no drip. I put $4,800 in drip in the beginning. And look at it. You know, if you've been watching drip all this time, hey, that's on you, buddy. Don't, hey, that's on you. But, you know, I'm about to get out of here, man. We about to get out of here. Y'all get that research on. Get that research on, man. Spread the word. Spread the word. We about to get out of here. I got me a new Wi-Fi router, Wi-Fi 6. I'm about to hook that thing up. You hear me? I'm about to hook that Wi-Fi 6 router up. We're going to see if we can get some better signal around here. You know? Crypto good, man. They don't want to give up to their. That's right. They don't want, but see, they ain't really. Man, I was following all them YouTubers when I first got into crypto. Box Mining, Lark Voorhees, the little Chinese man. What the little Chinese man name is? He always talking about, what are you talking about? Bob. What do you say when he come on? Bob. The little Chinese man, all he talk about is Bitcoin. All them boys paid for, man. Them boys all paid for. They mega YouTubers. They make good money with they all of them getting paid. All of them get paid. They was trying to pay me when I first got into crypto. I was, man, you can't pay me. I love crypto. I've been here from the beginning. I want crypto to succeed. When I got into crypto, it wasn't worth nothing. Crypto wasn't worth nothing when I got in crypto. It was an embarrassment. It was an embarrassment to tell people you was in crypto. You got made fun of. Yeah, George. That's his name, OC. Yeah, George. It was an embarrassment when I got into it. Everybody want to be part of crypto now. Everybody talk about crypto. It was an embarrassment when I was in crypto. My whole family used to laugh at me. Family and friends used to laugh at me when I first got into crypto. I'm telling you, man, it was an embarrassment. But everybody loved us. Now, we wasn't looking to get rich. Crypto, when I got in it, it wasn't about financial freedom. It was just about privacy, man. You know, the government was inflation and all this stuff going on. Hell, your job, you ain't making no money at your job, but the cost of living and damn inflation going up, but your money staying down. We just wanted independence, financial independence. I was happy with crypto just being able to send my shit back and forth. People all over the world with no third party in my damn business. That's what I got in it for. I never, man, we never thought Bitcoin would be where it's at. We ain't never thought that, man. I was in gold and silver. If you watch my old videos, I was a gold and silver head. I used to buy gold and silver. I used to have a whole bunch of gold and silver. Ex-lady stole all that shit from me. That's another video. She stole all that shit from me. Hell, so I was introduced to crypto. But just get your research on, man. It's good to see my crypto folks doing good. And you can't save everybody, man. You can't save all your family, can't save your friends, but you owe it to them. Let them know about crypto. Let them know how good you're doing. 2, 3, 4 times. Hell, after that, man, you got to let them go. Can't save everybody. Shit, the time you trying to damn save everybody, you can be working on yourself or working on somebody else. You know? But anyway, holla at your boy, man. And you're going to have a lot of haters out there when you get that money. There's a lot of goddamn haters, boy. You're going to learn who your friends are and everything. Family, too. Shit. Everybody love you when you're broke as hell. Boy, everybody love you when you're broke. Everybody love you when you broke as hell or you doing a little bit worse than them. Everybody love you. Boy, you going around telling motherfucker how broke you is, boy, you'll have an ass of support. Oh, let me give you a little couple dollars. You out here start doing good, start doing better than people. You find out who your real family and friends are. You're going to have a whole bunch of cousins when you get some money. One of them cousins going to come out the goddamn woodwork. Ex-baby mama going to come out. The goddamn girlfriend going to come out. You goddamn kids. You're going to have some kids you ain't know about. Your old job going to call you back. Hey, boy, you want to come on back to work? Man, let me get out of here, man. How you in the live? We're going to work on this live too, man. We're going to work on that. Man, y'all keep it out. I can't see half the comment. I can't see nobody but YouTube, but holla at your boy, man. We done been on here too long. Let me go ahead and get some of the sunlight. Let me go ahead and talk to Ra. Holla at your boy. Peace.